Second now. All right, if anybody can see me now, we have a new and improved interface over on podfeet.com/live. I'm going to wait a minute to see if anybody can see us here yet. The live chat room is heating up. Blame me. I wonder who that is. That sounds like somebody I know. All right, let's see. Steve, I don't think I'm going to be able to look over to the right to look at for chat over there. I can keep it open, but it's not in my line of vision. So I think probably doing our pop-ups over in the live chat room is probably still the best way to go because that is in my line of vision. Can anybody see me now? All right. Oh, no. I got to find that embed thing, Steve. Shoot. Links. All right. Event page, YouTube video embed, copy. Okay. This is, nobody's going to see me until I do this. Let's see. I don't know where we're live, but I need to go here and go to WordPress Podfeet. I've got to figure out a way to get this going. I'm going to bring you up on screen, Steve, because I don't think anybody's seeing us. Let's get rid of that. Show and broadcast. Okay, unmute you. So we got to come up with some way. Maybe you can unmute yourself. Wow. All pages. Okay, let's see. Live. I got to come up. Maybe I need to just have that be a link. Can't see you. Okay. Let's see. Live show.
Still showing 484.
Yeah, that's because I haven't embedded it yet. So I'm not sure where you would see it. If you went to specifically to me, there it is. Update. Okay, now it should be coming in. When is it on? That's the live show. Wait, we've got Blame Me and when is it on? Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, I see 485 is now live on NosillaCast.
All right, that means it's time to take you away, Steve. All right, goodbye. Let's see. Hide from broadcast. There we go. All right, I fixed that, Kevin. I got rid of Steve, so that's the good news. All right, it is time for, let's see, so it looks like we've got Alpha Geek Radio is running, and Alpha Geek Radio is going to have some fun. We have Todd Whitehead on today from Alpha Geek Radio. Let's see, so I've got, looks like the live audio should be working on the app as well. I think we're in good shape. The YouTube link is working. Awesome. Let's see, both. NASA Nut, if wherever you can see the show, it is the right show. So YouTube, G+, podfeet.com/live. All the same now. Okay. I hadn't updated. Podfeet first. Thanks, Dan. Shout out to Dan, who has just confirmed that the show is still continuing to work over on the app, so that's awesome. Oh, Kevin's upset because the wingman has been muted. All right, I think we have everything going. It takes me a little bit longer here. I got to figure out, I got to do the reminder. Unfortunately, I have to grab the video embed link every single week and embed it over on podfeet.com/live. I have to actively go in and change the HTML every week. It's really clumsy that you have to do that. The good news is that that video embed then turns into the recorded video. So if anybody goes to podfeet.com/live during the week, they're going to see that video. So there's some content there every week that's new and fresh. So that's exciting too. You're in pink. Good. Oh, you were watching the blue and blouse one, NASA Nut says. Let's see, there's something else I was going to tell. Oh, have you guys noticed the new and improved layout of podfeet.com/live, that now you can have the live chat right side by side with the video, so you can use the embedded chat client there. That was, I'll talk a little bit about that. That was a suggestion of the Minion. So, all right, it is time for roll call. We got Donald and Steve and Brett and Kevin and Blame Me. Wonder who that is. And Dan and Jenna and Dorothy, Kim, McPhillips. I'm not sure. Have we talked before, McPhillips? And let's see. John is NASA Nut, I think. Let's get that right. And then there's Nut Mike. Not sure who that is and when is it on. And another Steve. So it looks like we might have some new folks, or we might have, you never know, it might just be Guy Searle coming in as 4 different people with different silly names. What? Switcher Mark is in the house. Probably coming in to tell us that he can't come and he's going off to bake something, I think. That's wild. Well, if you are new people here, welcome to the live show. This is fun. Glad to see you guys here. There was something else I was going to tell you. What was it? I got so distracted when Switcher Mark showed up. Oh, Terry Austin sent in his regrets that he has to pick somebody up at the airport, so he can't be here today. So I did need to make sure that his written excuse was taken in. So let me make sure GarageBand is recording properly and you guys can hear it. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. All right, let's see. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeed.com. Good. Steve, Steve's cheating. Steve gets to hear it live now. He likes being special. So since he's in the live actually in the Hangout with me, he gets to hear it real time. So now we have no delay if he sees something wrong. Oh, I said you could blame me, Pound Minion. There you go. Okay, so blame me is Joel Rushworth. Nice to have you back, Joel. I'm going to give you a shout out in the show. So we better start recording here already. Here we go. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, August 24th, 2014, and this is show number 485. Well, this week I had the great pleasure of being on the Pocket Show again over on the British Tech Network. That's with host Paul Wheatley, and along with me was my good buddy Chris Ashley from the SMR podcast and my new friend James Hart. I got to tell you, the 4 of us, we get on Skype and instantly we're laughing, we're talking over each other, having a good time. We have this instant camaraderie that's super fun. I think it's a blast, and I think you'll have fun listening to it as well. It's amazing how you can have this much fun when you've never even met each other before, but we had a blast immediately. Anyway, I put in the link in the show notes to the oddly named episode, Dropbox Losing You Friends Since 2007. I must have missed a private inside joke. I'm not sure what the title means. But anyway, if you go to the British Tech Network or the Pocket Show, you can find it there. If you do listen to that show, you're going to hear that I made a very odd purchase. I actually made my pick on the show. Now, I got to tell you, you might want to pull the car over right now or your bike over if you're moving before I tell you what it is. I bought a Windows phone. Yep, I bought the Nokia, otherwise known as Microsoft 635, running Windows 8.1. At least I think it's running 8.1. Or maybe Chris said he was going to fix it so it was running 8.1. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's got Cortana, which will be fun. I'm not going to talk about it a lot just yet because I want to have a good play with it first. But I have to say, I don't hate this phone. Now, the SMR podcast guys got into a lively discussion about whether that statement, which I also made on the Pocket Show, was a compliment or not. Rod didn't think it was. He thought it was an insult. But Chris was actually right that it was a huge compliment. Perhaps it's because Rod didn't hear my intonation when I said it. I use the tone Rob Dunwood uses when he says, I'm not going to lie, I don't hate that joint. Anyway, it's not bad at all. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with that as a tease. I should be ready to talk about the Nokia 635 in depth next week. I should mention that Chris Ashley calls his little Windows phone-loving friends his minions. Last week, I guess because I've been showing some love to the Windows Phone community, minion Joel Rushworth joined in the live show chat room. While he was over at podfeed.com/live, he made a suggestion for an improvement to the page, and I figured out how to incorporate his idea. In the old page, you had your live video near the top, and you had to scroll down to see the live chat if you're using an embedded chat client instead of a third-party chat client. He asked if it would be possible for me to have them side by side, so with a bit of HTML table work and with some help from Bart to clean up some code that was messed up in the embedded chat block that sort of make it disappear if you ever put it inside of a table, we now have a much more nicely formatted live show page. If you have a narrow screen, the chat may spill over on the right sidebar, but I don't have anything very interesting over there anymore anyway. I want to thank Minion Jeff for his help, and he sent me screenshots of how it looked on a Surface tablet, even with it in that snapping thing where they can have like 2/3, 1/3. If he puts it 2/3, it's kind of small, but it still works. Well, before we dig into the live show, I wanted to let you know that I did the Ice Bucket Challenge to benefit ALS research, or as it's known in some countries, motor neuron disease. I posted the video Steve created, a 3-camera shoot, used an iPhone, used a Canon, HFS 100 prosumer camera, and a gratuitous GoPro quadcopter view as well. Anyway, we posted the video over there. It's a lot of fun if you like that kind of thing. But so you might want to go have a look. In any case, if you have some spare money you could donate towards the eradication of this dreadful disease, consider donating over at alsa.org. One more thing before we get started. This week, Steve and I are going to Sequoia with Devin and Marianne from New Zealand. And of course, someone's watching our house. Don't worry about that. But if you have a review you've been meaning to record, this would be a great week to record it for me. There's a tab over on podfeet.com called Record a Review that gives some good guidelines on how to make it an effective recording. All right, now let's dig into the show. Wait, okay. For live show listeners only, here it is. Looks like a black slab, like everything else. This, I gotta tell you guys, this thing isn't bad. Wait, oh, that's interesting. Somebody's birthday. It's showing me a whole bunch of birthdays right now. There's the home screen. Let's see, I'll do it at an angle. Looks a little bit better that way. I flip up. There you go, from there. And let's see if I go on the home screen. Here's those dopey tiles. The reason this phone is interesting, guys, is it's pretty darn good, and it's $100. So I'm using it as an iPod Touch right now. I'm not using it with any kind of cell phone plan because I don't want to spend more money. And but it works really well. I got, there's some problems, but if you got somebody who's only got $100, it's really not a bad phone. I'm not at all dissing it. So, all right. Jenna doesn't want to listen. Oh, okay. It is running 8.1 out of the box. Okay, thanks, Joel. I thought there was something Chris said he was going to have to do for me to make it go, but that's good. All right. What do you guys think of the revamp of the video window is little? You can do that video window full screen if you want, Mark. Oh, definitely stick with colloquy, John. My eyes. You're funny, John. I like it. All right, let's go here. This week, my medical group sent me an email inviting me to click a link to get online web access to my medical records and more. Let's think about that. They thought I would click a link in an email to get to my medical records. Just that by itself is a bad assumption, but better yet, a link where I'd be getting access to... Yeah, I screwed that up. Never mind. I ad-libbed and I'd already written that part in. This week, my medical group sent me an email inviting me to click a link to get online web access to my medical records and more. Let's think about that. They thought that I would click a link in an email. Would you click a link in an email that you were not expecting? That just by itself is a bad assumption, but better yet, click a link where I'd be given access to my medical records? Yeah, right. I'm going to do that. Now, the only reason I was vaguely interested was that my medical group had given me a heads up a month or so ago that I should expect to get this email. I still wasn't going to click a link in an email, though. I'm just not going to do it. So I navigated by hand to find out if this service was real. It turned out it was. But you will never believe what they offered me next. They offered to let me log in using my Facebook credentials. Are they kidding me? No, they weren't kidding. They really weren't kidding. I could also have used Yahoo or Google or Microsoft logins too, which are only slightly less terrifying than using Facebook. This got me thinking about the next step in this process. Can you picture logging into your healthcare site with your Facebook login, and later on they offer you an app on your smartphone? Sure, that's going to be the next logical step. Now imagine the privacy agreement on the app. Do you approve Facebook to contact your doctor on your behalf? How about submitting medical information? Can it use the camera to take a picture of that weird mole on your back and post it for you? Would you like to compete in a Facebook challenge on your cholesterol levels? Do you agree that Facebook can change its privacy policies on these and other usages of your data without written notice? Say yes or yes, please. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. So I posted about this on Facebook. My friend Paul Wilson wrote, I can just see it now. The software posts the results of my colonoscopy on Facebook. Yeah, I bet I get a lot of likes on that one. Oh man, Paul, I totally would post, "Great work on the cleanse, Paul." In all seriousness, though, the service called Follow My Health is actually pretty cool. I can see things like my blood pressure for the last so many visits and what medications I'm on. Even better, it was really fun to find out that I'm in stage 3 kidney failure. Wait, what? Now, I'm not sure that's exactly right. Now, I don't wish that there was an error like that in my records, but without this online system, I wouldn't have known that they had that error in there, right? And who knows what medications I might have been denied in an emergency because they thought it would conflict with my kidney medication. But because the system exists, I was actually able to send an email to my doctor through the system. So that's pretty cool. I mean, being able to just write to your doctor, how many times you just wanted to send them a note about something? So I wrote to her, just signed up for the new and improved Follow My Health online program. Working pretty well, but under my various diagnoses, it says CKD, chronic kidney disease, stage 3. This is news to me. Is this maybe a mistake, or did I forget some really bad problem I have? And because my doctor is connected to the system, she was able to write back, "I have reviewed your kidney function labs, and they are normal. You do not have chronic kidney disease. I will correct your chart." When my doctor lacks in bedside manner, she does make up in efficiency and brevity. It's an interesting topic, whether you trust your medical records to the cloud. I'd say without a doubt, I would never click a link in an email to enable it, and for the love of all things good in this world, I would not use my Facebook login to access my medical records. But overall, I think this is a useful, if scary, trend in the medical field. Oh, you letting the family watch? Hi, Kevin's family. Hi, everybody. Did you guys know we're going to come visit you someday? It's going to happen. It's not too far away. Yeah, Steve, I wonder how many of those are Guy. Have, let's see. We do. Oh my gosh, the chat room did get big. Steve pinged me on a private channel telling me that the chat room's getting pretty big here. We do wonder how many of those might be Guy Searle, though. We've got Grumpy115. We got NC85460. We got somebody new in there. NetNut Mike. And when is it on? Probably 4 of them are Guy. Chronic ugliness. Oh, that's terrible, you poor thing. All right. Let's go to the next one here. I'm having fun now. Oh, Steve, are your headphones handy? The Jabras, because it would be fun to show those. I can go get them. Are they still in the room next door here? It's frightening and exciting. Oh, thank you, darling. All right. I will be showing. We'll have a live demonstration here. I like Steve having real-time access. This is fun. Here we go. Steve and I both do a lot of exercise, and we love to listen to podcasts while we run and go to the gym. For ages, we've used Sony over-the-ear headphones. I should say over-the-head headphones, like the ones you could get with a Walkman back in 1972. They just have a little flat disc that slides straight into your ear hole there, whatever that's called, and it projects the sound forward. You may recall me talking about this and how we discovered a way to add the functionality of iPhone headphones, pause, play, volume, and more by adding an adapter to the old-fashioned headphones. We bought 3 different ones, and I told you about the virtues of each one. Unfortunately, every single one of them have failed after a while. We're back to having to dig out our iPhones out of our spy belts if we need to do any of those functions. We decided it was time to look into Bluetooth headphones. You can find about 238 articles on the internet that will tell you the top 5 Bluetooth headphones for running. The top contender on many of these sites is the Jaybird BlueBuds X Sport. I read an article over on squidoo.com, which is just fun to say, that gave us some really good advice. The author specifically said to make sure the batteries last at least 6 hours, look for small size, and to make sure they're sweat-proof. Like the other sites, they recommended the Jaybird headphones for the battery life and especially for the sound quality. They were more expensive than Steve and I were hoping for at $130, but they came with such great reviews, we figured we can't lose. Sometimes you just got to spend the money to get the best. The Jaybirds are in-ear headphones and come with several different size cups to fit your ear canal. In addition, they have a little flange thingy that you connect to the earbud that's supposed to hold it in your ear by fitting into the flangey parts of your ear. There's probably a technical term for what that's called, but that's what I'm going to call them. Steve and I spent probably 45 minutes trying the different earbud cup sizes and flange thingies and combinations of them, trying to rotate the flange thingy to the right angle to find the right fit. After that much time, we were getting a bit irritated, but we carried on and managed to get them to fit fairly comfortably into each of our different ears. Well, we each have two. Anyway, after that much rigmarole, we were really disappointed to find out that they sounded horrible. Now, you know I'm not an audiophile, right? I'm not one of those people who complains that audio has been ruined by listening to 96 kilobit per second MP3s. I don't even listen to music, for crying out loud. I listen to spoken voice. So you know I'm not a critic, but these were absolutely awful. They were tinny and high-pitched. After reading so much about the quality of these earbuds, I thought maybe we were doing something wrong, so I called their customer service number. I think one of my favorite things about being retired is you have time to actually call people on the phone. I am that annoying woman who calls the city because of a broken sidewalk. Anyway, back to the tech talk here. This guy answers the phone over at Jaybird, and I tell him that the headphones sound really bad. And he says, well, they're not going to sound like studio headphones, you know. He wasn't that snotty, but that is what he said. And I explained that I was comparing them to Apple earbuds, for crying out loud. He said, well, they sound better than that. And I explained that indeed they do not. That my husband and I both agree that they are unlistenable. I mean, is that the right word? Cannot use it. Cannot. I mean, there's no way I would listen to these. So I asked him then, so these get really great reviews, and obviously all these people can't be wrong, so couldn't something just be wrong with this pair? You know what he said? No. Just flat out no. That's not possible. I couldn't believe it. Well, good thing Amazon has a good return policy, so back the Jaybirds went. Our friends Devin and Marianne from New Zealand, that I mentioned at the beginning of the show, also known as the Professors, were staying with us at the time, and Devin mentioned that Marianne had bought her a set of Bluetooth headphones she really liked. She had gotten her the Jabra Sport wireless headphones and said they were super comfortable and light. I went back to squidoo.com and I read their review and found two things to worry about. They said that they had connectivity problems if you kept your device on your waistband, say like in a spy belt. And on another site, they said they were hard to wear with sunglasses, especially thick sunglasses like, say, Ray-Ban Wayfarers. So guess what kind of sunglasses I wear? Yep, Ray-Ban Wayfarers. Undaunted and armed with Devin's recommendation, we bought the Jabra Sport wireless headphones for only $56 on Amazon. So these are half the price of the Jaybirds. I'm going to jump to the punchline. We are keeping them. They do work better for Steve because for some reason he has better connectivity to them. Maybe the iPhone 5S has better Bluetooth, but on my iPhone 5, they would sometimes work great for an entire workout, and other times cut in and out a whole bunch. They're pretty comfortable, but the Ray-Bans do make them a bit hard to get on. We had far less fiddly time with getting them to fit in our ears, even though there are 6 different attachments to find the right fit for your ear, from a flange thingy to just a rubber thingy to hold them in your ear. The sound quality is what I would call fine. Not great. Not bad, but listenable for our podcast. Nothing like the bad Jaybird sound. They only have a few buttons on them, one multifunction button that turns them on and off, as well as pause and play. There's a toggle for volume, and very oddly, an entire button dedicated to turning on the FM tuner. Now, if you've got TVs at your gym that broadcast over FM, this can be a great feature, but I don't see that too much anymore. I would have preferred a dedicated on-off switch to be sure I wasn't leaving them on. That reminds me, I wrote to customer support at Jabra and asked them how to be sure when you turn them off, and they got back to me right away with the answer, you'll see a blue light if they're turned on when you press it. A lot better customer support than from that snotty guy over at Jaybird. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the future. For now, I'm running with my iPhone headphones. The cord bounces around a lot and kind of drives me bonkers, so I'll probably try a third set sometime soon. I'll be sure to let you know if I find something I like better, but for now, Steve and I both recommend the Jabra Sport Plus wireless Bluetooth headphones over the Jaybird Bluebuds 10-1. Like I said, stay tuned. I will be talking about a third pair of Bluetooth headphones that are even less expensive. Save. All right, what's Stevie saying? Steve. Okay, Steve just congratulated me for having my shirt on right side in. It's because I walked out this morning to breakfast with it right inside out, so he's pleased that I got that fixed. Hey, we hosted a party for 35 people in our backyard yesterday, so we might have had a lot of fun last night. I'm lucky I got my shirt on the right way after this. So, all right, anything going in here? Nice, Steve. Nice typos. Uh-oh, your attendance may be intermittent, huh, Kevin? Well, I hope you'll keep us apprised with written excuses each time. All right. This has to say 3.5 years needs to come to an end. All right. Yeah, I was really surprised, Dan. I really think they had to be bad though, because I read tons of reviews saying how great they were. But it was just, I mean, for the guy to just go, no, nothing could be wrong with them. It was so snotty. I was just like, okay, I'm out for $130. You better make me happy, you know. I definitely like these. Did I do an okay job of showing you what these look like? So they have a bunch of these little flangey thingies. So this part kind of pokes into your ear, and then this goes up in the flangey kind of area. They have some of these that don't have the flangey thing if you don't need it, if you don't want that. But that really helps hold it in place, and this clips around your ear real tightly. And that's where it has a little trouble for me, because it'll kind of bend out like that when it's on the Ray-Bans. So yeah, those parts are removable. Squidoo! 45 people in your house for the grandson's first birthday. That little boy didn't spoil by any chance, is he, Mark? Oh, we have a guest reviewer, Terry Austin. A nice review. Actually, I'm mad at Terry for this. Okay, where is his? This one. I think he introduces. Oh, let me make him his own track first. All right, I think he introduces himself. Anybody out there, any of you guys using Overcast yet? I know it's been all the rage people have been talking about, but he did a real good review for us. So 10-1. Like I said, stay tuned. I will be talking about a third pair of Bluetooth headphones that are even less expensive.
Hi there, Castaways. I'm Terry Austin, and I'm here to tell
you. Good audio. Man, so refreshing. I will be talking about a third pair of Bluetooth headphones that are even less expensive.
Hi there, Castaways. I'm Terry Austin, and I'm here to tell you about an awesome new podcast app called Overcast from Marco Arment. You might recognize the name. Marco created Instapaper and was a co-founder of Tumblr. There's a great interview article over at TechCrunch titled Why Marco Arment Built a Podcast App. I'll include the link to that article so Allison can put it in the show notes. I'm always looking for a new podcast player. In fact, faithful listeners heard a review of another one from me about this time last year. Okay, why is Overcast my current favorite? This one may actually last longer than the previous year-long winner for me. A couple of reasons. First, it's free in the App Store. Currently, it's iPhone only, though of course it will work on your iPads as well. There's one in-app purchase, and you want it. For $4.99, you get Smart Speed and Voice Boost. I'll come back and talk about those in a minute, but first let's talk about ease of setup. It's dead easy to import playlists from another app. Click the Import from Another App button in the settings, and it gives detailed instructions on how to make this happen. Pro tip, they use Export OPML. I imported playlists from my previous podcast player in under 2 minutes and was up and running. It's also dead easy to create and name new playlists. Just click the icon that looks like a list with a plus sign, name your new list, and then select from your subscribed podcast. You can choose which episodes get included in the list, new or in progress only, or a couple of other choices. You can even select priority podcasts to have them near the top of the list. When listening to a playlist, you can click Edit and then drag the episodes in any order you like them played. For example, I listen to a morning playlist most weekdays, as likely most of you do. I listen to the Wall Street Journal, Tech News, Mac OS Ken, Mac Observer Daily Podcast, and I like to drag them in pretty much that order, and it's a snap to do that. I'd like to add a Podfeet Daily to that list. Hey, she's retired and has the time, right? Okay. Cool thing. the settings has a place to link to your Twitter account. What the heck? Yeah, you want to do that because Marco included a super cool discovery tool called Recommendations from Twitter. When you're listening, you have a recommend episode link on the play screen. This way you can recommend episodes and podcasts to folks you follow and folks who follow you on Twitter. I've already found one or two cool podcasts that I might not otherwise have found. Okay, premium features. You want to get that $4.99 in-app purchase. Here's why. Voice Boost. This thing enhances and normalizes voices. This is way useful if you're listening to an episode with multiple speakers when the audio of one is less than ideal. Regardless, you toggle it on and off just to play, and it simply makes voices sound better. It's like magic. I'm pretty sure Marco slipped some unicorn tears in there somewhere. Smart Speed. This one takes the cake. Lots of folks like listening to podcasts at 1.25, 1.5, or even double speed to save time. Forget that. Smart Speed hunts down and kills dead air. Seriously. I'm including a screenshot because I think Allison probably is going to believe I'm making this next bit up. I just found the real-time report as I was preparing for this review. Go into Settings, scroll to the bottom, and here you'll see a report of how much time Smart Speed has saved you. I've been using Overcast for a couple of weeks, and as of this morning, it says Smart Speed has saved you an extra 92 minutes beyond speed adjustments alone. Oh, and yes, you can still listen at accelerated speeds if you insist, but seriously, just try Smart Speed. It's freaking awesome. If I haven't sold you on this yet, how about this? Marco even put a section in Settings titled Overcast Not For You, and then he lists most all of his competing podcast apps. How classy is that? Well, that just about does it. Thanks for the time, Allison, and thanks to my fellow Nosilla castaways. Stay subscribed.
I like it. What is this thing at the end?
Hi there, Cast.
Oh, he left a little tiny clip there at the end. Let's see. Get rid of that. Wait. What happened? Did it start over? That's weird. Did I drop it in twice? Huh. That's strange. All right, I'm going to have to just kind of voice over my way in. All right, let's see. We'll go back to me. There we go. I'm back. How exciting. Let's see. Here we go.
I'm Allison, and thanks to my fellow Nosilla castaways. Stay subscribed.
Well, that's really good advice, Terry. That stay subscribed thing. I should consider using that line. Well, thanks a lot. You are the one who convinced me to dump Downcast for Pocket Cast not even a year ago. It was October of last year. You just told us to use that one. I'm not sure I need/want ways to speed up podcasts, but I know a lot of people love that, so that's a cool feature to do it with the gaps. With the distinct exception of Horst Deju on the Asimco podcast, Steve and I are both pretty happy with listening at real-time speeds, but like I said, most people seem to really like that. Taking out gaps is an interesting idea of a way to do it. There is one particular podcast where one of the hosts often takes a long time to respond to questions. It'd be interesting to hear how different that show would be if the person answered immediately. I might give that a try and see how it works. I definitely could use the normalizing feature. So many times the show is unlistenable because the hosts are uneducated in the ways of leveling audio. I always send them a little note about that if they do. Well, thanks for a great review, Terry, even if you are costing me a fortune in podcasting apps. And, hold your breath on that daily Podfeed podcast. That's coming any minute now. Well, I'm really enjoying the feedback I'm getting on the newly released Clarify 2. Over on our Google Plus community at podfeed.com/Google+, you should go check it out. It's awesome. It's a lot of fun over there. You're missing it if you're not in there. Michael Price posted a great tutorial he created for himself, and he decided to share it with all of us. His post over there said, "Hey, Allison, finally got around to using Clarify 2 to make a memory jogger procedure for when I do a nuke and pave to Yosemite. What a nice update and worth the long wait." Well, he wanted to document those things that he does to every Mac so that he has the instructions handy when the time comes for a nuke and pave. The problem this particular tutorial solves is how to convince your Mac to still play DVDs from an external drive when you've removed the internal optical drive. I had this exact problem like the week before he wrote this. I was at my daughter Lindsay's house. We were trying to play home movies from the movie drive I'd created for her that had DVD disc images. But OS X kept yelling at us saying, "You don't have a DVD drive. How could you possibly want to play a DVD?" Well, you're the one that doesn't put DVD drives and stuff anymore. It's not my fault. So anyway, Michael Price wrote up his procedure, which included lovely screenshots using ovals and rounded rectangles to draw our attention to the relevant information. He also used the blur tool to perfectly blur out information that was either irrelevant to us or sensitive to him. He made good use of italics, numbered and bulleted lists to make his written instructions clear as well. When his masterpiece was complete, he simply pushed the Clarify upload button, created a free account on their servers, don't have to have your own server, and pushed publish. So he was able to give us a link directly to this tutorial. I'm going to create a link to Michael's tutorial on the Podfeet tutorials page so you can see it too. Or, of course, there is a link in the show notes. He was pretty proud of this because he had to use some terminal knowledge. Shall we say he tamed it? Anyway, if you'd like to join the ranks of the people who create tutorials for their own memory or for the benefit of others, head on over to clarify-it.com and download the free trial. Okay, what's the code? Where did I put it? I put it in stickies. That's where I put it. What is it? It is Nosilla-C2. There we go. Actually, anyway, if you like, I think I say anyway a lot, don't I? Anyway, if you'd like to join the ranks of people who create tutorials for their own memory or for the benefit of others, head on over to clarify-it.com and download the free trial. Don't wait too long to buy it, though. The 25% off coupon code just for Nosilla Castaways, and that is Nosilla-C2, all capital letters, that expires on September 1st. Now, that code is not in the show notes because mean people come in and steal it, and we only want Nosilla Castaways to know about it. So it's Nosilla-C2, all capital letters, get 25% off of Clarify 2. Oh, good. Is that the picture? Wait, what is that one? I want to go look at it. Sorry, I'm just going to go look at pictures of Mark's grandson. Yeah, that's it. Whoa. That's weird, but do. That's my favorite shot so far, Mark. That is so cool. I don't know. Oh, Crumpy115 must be Michael Price. Hey, Michael. Because I know that because his tutorial. Whoa, I just zoomed that weird. His tutorial is at Grumpy Docs. I don't know because I was out. I was down in San Diego with her when we had the problem. It was the following week that you posted it, so I don't actually know. I can try it sometime, but it'll be a while before I can get around to that. So, can I get an extension on that? No, Dorothy, you can't get an extension on that. What is this? There's another copy of the Overcast review. That is getting really weird. That's strange, and it was extending beyond. Ooh. Wait, what happened? What happened? Oh, crap. Sorry, crud. Where did... That's weird. The track with the Overcast. Like I said, stay tuned. That is really weird. The track I created for... Let me let you guys watch, because you're not seeing what I'm seeing anymore. The track disappeared. You saw me create a track, right? We created a new track. Oh, boom! GarageBand just crashed. Well, we might be a little bit longer here tonight. Let's see when I last saved. -C2 all. Okay, I didn't lose any of that, but the track and that. Oh wow, that is really weird. Okay, that's not what I meant to do. All right, let me let you guys watch because it's more interesting to watch that than to watch me share. Okay, so that's really weird. The track that I used to, where I put Terry, I did that, and I said Terry, and I dropped it in and I played it for you, and it's gone. It's really strange. I must have tickled something. Maybe next year. It's a little early, isn't it, Mark? Let's see how that sounds. All capital letters get 25% off of Clarify 2.
Hi there, castaways.
Nope, that's not where it belongs. That's not where it belongs at all. It belongs here. Wait a minute, where? This is where it belongs. All right, what have we done? This is a messy way to get there. Like I said, stay tuned. I will be talking about a third pair of Bluetooth headphones that are even less expensive.
Hi there, castaways. I'm Terry Austin, and I'm here to tell you about an awesome new podcast app called Overcast from Marco Arment.
Okay, so this is good. We can blame this on Kevin because he was yelling at me to save, which means I saved after I accidentally deleted that are even less expensive.
Hi there, castaways. I'm Terry.
A little bit more. Whoops, that might be too much. Expensive.
Hi there, castaways. I'm Terry Austin, and I'm here to tell you about an awesome new podcast app called Overcast.
Okay, so now we'll come back down. We'll look back here again. See how that lays in.
I'm Allison, and thanks to my fellow NosillaCastaways. Stay subscribed.
Well, that's really good advice, Terry. That stay subscribed thing. I should consider using that line. Something was funny with that track anyway. Okay, I saved. Let's make sure I know where we ended. -C2, all capital letters, get 25% off of Clarify 2. Yeah, I remember when Kyle was little, and there basically is not a happier human on this planet than a boy in charge of a boat when he's little. I don't know. That is about as happy as I ever saw Kyle. Let's see, a little 44th Street long chit-chat music there. Where's chit-chat? Uh-oh. Where did I put it? Audio Hijack Pro. Hope that's it. No, that's 3 seconds long. That better not be it. 57. 43. Okay, there it is. All right. Todd goes over here, and we go over here, and that is Chit Chat 2014-08-24. There we go, and we will drop that in here somewhere. Oh, I never told Kevin to take his ears off. You okay, Kevin? You all right? You gonna be okay? That was for you, Steve. Minion asked, Steve saying, have you tried the sensor core feature in your 635 when you go for a run? No. What is that? Unsave, unsaved. Oh, Tyson's here. Tyson, when did you sneak in? Let's see, what does he say? I've tried 30-plus podcast apps and listened to 10 hours at double speed per day after the overhype of Instacast and Downcast. People jumped from Apple's to early. Apple's old one was still way better during the release. I quit trying them, stuck with Apple's, but Marcos I'll go try just because he's an attention to detail unlike most. Interesting. Yeah, unsave would be nice. Okay, so I can't see. There you are. There you are. So I think we want it about there. About here, maybe. All right. Well, now I can do a symbols check, and Steve can tell me immediately how my symbols do. Here we go. Get 25% off of Clarify 2. Well, it's that time of the week again. It's time for Chit Chat Across the Pond, and I would like to welcome for the first time to the show, for some reason the first time, Todd Whitehead from Alpha Geek Radio. How are you doing today, Todd?
I'm still kicking. How are you doing?
All right. Well, I wanted to get Todd on because he is, like I said, he's the mastermind of Alpha Geek Radio, and we thought we'd go through and talk a little bit about audio and video on the internet, where it started, where it is, and maybe get some insight into where Todd thinks it might be going. One of the reasons Todd and I have resonated together is, as I'm looking at his video that you cannot see, he has a poster behind him for the National Sarcasm Society, and I had the identical poster up at work for many, many years. So hopefully this will be a good time, right, Todd?
Like we need your support anyway.
Which is what it says. So first of all, where does your geekery come from? Give us a little bit of background on who Todd is before we get started.
Oh, it comes from many vectors in my life. Early computer user from the old Apple IIe days forward. Um, Early immersion in things like the original radio dramas of Lord of the Rings and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, leading into the books. So that whole snarky, sarcasmy, nerdy sci-fi side was planted in me at a very early age. An enduring love for Star Wars, Star Trek, the big flagship Armada style
How
nerd
about from a
banners.
tech angle? What's your geekery there?
Well, I mean, what I do for a living is IT support for small and medium-sized businesses. So I'm immersed in the computing and networking side of tech daily.
And like many of us, it must mean that you pretty much love your job because you choose to continue to do it when you're off, right?
This is one of the things I tried to make happen in my life, to essentially do my hobby for a living. My bachelor's degree is in technical theater. Has absolutely nothing to do with what I do.
Theater, what is
on
that?
Stage crew.
Okay.
Sound design, lighting
Yeah.
design, set design, which I did precisely nothing with in my career. I immediately began working in electronics. So, yeah, one of these things is not like the others. I do what I would be doing anyway as my source of income.
Okay, well that's fun. I kind of fell into that in the long run. I started out as an engineer, but then I ended up being an IT guy and figured out I could do for fun what I did for fun and get paid for it. So, cool deal if you can pull it off, right?
Nice trick if you can do it.
So if we look back in time, there's been audio and video on the internet for as long as there's been, once we got past the command line, I think, on the internet. But what started to change the world for me anyway, we're back in this, it's just recently the 10th year of podcasting, was when there was a delivery mechanism that allowed you to know that there was new audio and video on the internet.
Yep. RSS and the crossbreeding of audio content attachments with RSS and the beginning of organized podcasting as a thing. There were lots of attempts to post regular WAV files. I mean, it was being done in the 90s by some people where they would simply post links to simple WAV files and have audio content on their websites, but you had to seek it out and you had to know that it was coming, to manually download it, manually play it. It was not this magically shows up on my listening device widget that is what changed podcasting into a thing. Once it was something my mom and my dad could figure out, then suddenly it was this delivery world-changing moment.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the something other people, norms, let's call them, or muggles, whichever your preferred word is. Once norms could figure it out, that was still much later to me, because for the longest time I'd say, oh, so all you do is you go to a website and then you copy this RSS link, or if you're lucky there's an iTunes link and you push that and then it comes into your iTunes. Now just take your iPod, plug it in, tell it to sync podcast. Now you have to go and manually delete it. All those kinds of things were still way too hard. All right, I don't want to interrupt myself, but that's enough teasing of that. So, yeah, I guess one of the things I need is I need a podcast app. I downloaded one, and it was so weird that I couldn't stop it. I couldn't get, somehow I ended up with a NosillaCast tile on my phone, on Windows Phone, and now I can't get, I don't know how I did that, but I have one. It looks cool. So if I look there, I've got a NosillaCast tile, but when I hit play, there's no way to make it stop. Oh, look, it says Allison's Technology Geek Podcast. Can you read that? Nope. Nope. There it is. Kind of flips over. That's kind of fun. Oh, John, that's going to be funny, whatever it is. Do you know what the longest word in the Southern Dictionary is? All right. Here we go. Let's go ahead and we'll finish this off. Let's see.
Very much.
Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Many thanks to our sponsor for helping to pay the bills, Blue Mango Learning at bluemangolearning.com. Makers of Clarify. Don't forget that coupon code. Let's see, what was it again? Everybody's saying Nosilla-C2. It expires September 1st, so that is right around the corner. We only have one more show before that expires. Anyway, don't forget to send your dumb questions, comments, and suggestions, and send me some recordings for next week because I want to play in the woods and have fun and not have to worry about the show. Send them to Allison@podfeet.com. You can follow me on Twitter and app.net @podfeet. And like I said, check out the NosillaCast Google Plus community. I've been asking some questions about Aperture in there and getting some help. Getting some silly stuff, but still getting some help too. If you want to join in the fun of the live show, we had a lively audience. We don't know whether some of these people are real or not because sometimes Guy Searle messes with us, but we do have our minion back. He says his name is Blame Me this week because I blame him for me buying a Windows phone. Anyway, all you have to do to join in the live show is go to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic Nosilla castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. John, that's terrible. No offense to Big's Bread and Butter. I like it. I like it. All right. Did we stay up late last night, Steve? We had a lot of fun. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to be at the other end. And I meant to put that in, but I meant to leave it there. Let's see. And stay subscribed. Should have mentioned Bob's dumb question. Bob, whose dumb question? Did Honda Bob have a dumb question? I forget. Michael, remind me. I'm sure you're right, but I don't remember. Let's see. Move that. Oh, you're not getting to watch. It's more fun if you guys get to watch, I think. I don't know. I'd like to watch. Instead of just watching me go derp, 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 derp. Okay. So I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to select all. I'm going to do that one. I'm going to slide down a little bit. It should come up right there. Let's see how that sounds. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, August 24th, 2014, and this is show number 485. Well, this week I had the great pleasure of being on the Pocket Show again over on the British Tech Network. That's with, I was talking to NC39446 and didn't even listen to whether that sounded right. 485. Well, this week I had the, oh, no, that's late. It's late. This is show number 485. Well, this week, it's very late. Oh, Bob. Oh, Bob Correa. Mentioned in passing on last week's show. And then this is show number 485. Well, this week I had the great... That's a good one. What's the difference between the Internet and the World Wide Web? I think I used to know the answer to that. You could send that to me in an email to allison@podfeet.com, and I will investigate and come out with an intelligent answer. I know the World Wide Web was... or one of them was invented by DARPA, but the other one wasn't, I think. I don't know. And I didn't make that go down on purpose. I don't know what I'm doing that causes that. Oh, look at that. Double click does that. Huh, who knew? All right. We managed to be an hour and 20 minutes long still. Didn't recognize it was actually a problem. Make a note. Where did Bob Correa ask the question? Was it over on Google Plus? And that NC39446 asked a dumb question and then left. I think that's Guy Searle. I think Guy is messing with us, don't you? Well, that's really good advice, Terry. Okay. That's kind of weird how I start talking. Okay, there we go. All right. I think we are set. So now we're going to share, export song to disk, and then most importantly, do not compress the file, export the file, put it in the NC. Oh, that's interesting. You don't see that window. Internet was DARPA. Okay. All right. Well, it looks like we are about finished with the show. We are exporting now. I thank you all for coming. This was a lot of fun. I had a good time. I'm glad you guys could come. I'm glad the Minion came back, and Brett and Kevin and Jenna and Doctor Who, and we got Michael Price in here. Michael, have you been in before? I'm not sure you've been in the live show, have you? Oh, and NC39446 with a dumb question. That's fun. I don't know if Nut Mike is real. You know why Switcher Mark is here? I told him I was going to take him off the NosillaCast Castaways list because I wasn't sure he was real. And let's see, Tyson is already gone. All right, guys, it is 5:56, and I'm going to call it. I'm going to, let's see, I should, when I'm doing this, I should bring Steve back in. Show and broadcast. I wonder if he's still there, if he left. Whoop! Oh, dear. He just left. There he is. You have to unmute yourself, I think. There. Kevin likes to see his wingman. I think you're still muted, Steve. I don't think I can unmute you. We got Michael Price in here. Michael, have you been in before? I think you're playing audio because I can hear myself. C39446 with a dumb question. That's fun.
Talk, please.
I don't know if Nut Mike is. No, I can. I'm hearing my recorded voice, Steve. NosillaCast going through the video. Real. And let's. All right. All right, guys. It is 5:50. Yeah, I gotta mute you, Steve, because I need that to stop. There we go. Let's see. What did Michael ask? Regarding your and Bart Bouchot's brief discussion, Bob Korea question on rebooting from SSD back to a rotational drive. Oh, yeah. Go over the discussion again. Bob actually did have a problem, one that may be worth sharing. It has nothing to do with SSD. Yeah. I didn't understand enough of what happened to talk about it intelligently, though, Michael. Startup volume was not set and was timing out looking for the one that was removed. Then the normal rotational slowness ensued. Yeah, I just wasn't involved enough in the whole discussion or following along to really promote it. I don't think, Michael. Blame Chris for the Windows Phone. I'm taking the hit for the live podcast layout. Oh, okay, that's good. That's right. Bye, Mark. It was so nice to see you. Finally, for once. All right, I am going to call it, and I will see you guys live next week. I hope you guys do some recordings for me because, like I said, I want to play. Bye. Now freeze in place so people get a last final picture.